Hello, welcome to the class of Wireshark. Today we are going to learn how to create the input-output graph in Wireshark. So to create the input-output graph, we have to capture some packets. So here I have captured some packet. So to create the graph of this packet, we have to just go to statistic, then to the input-output graph option. So as I click over it, so this graph will generate it from this trace file. So this graph is generated according to the packets which are present here in this trace file. So let's learn about this graph. So here this is the y-axis. So this y-axis is set to the logarithmic scale, whereas the x-axis is set to the seconds by default. So here the 0 seconds, 20 seconds, 40 seconds is the interval of the x-axis, and this y-axis is set to the log values. So next, if you want to create the settings or you want to create the graph according to your need, you just have to mention here in these options. So as you want to create the another graph according to the some filter out packets, you have to just select the graph from here, and here you have to mention the packets. Here you have to mention the filter. So like I want to filter out the packet like TCP packet. So here I mentioned TCP, and next to it here next is the style. So you can change the style of the graph. You can represent the graph in the line format, in impulse format, in bar format, and the dot format. So as you like, you can select the style from here. So as I want to represent this graph in impulse form, so here I select the impulse. Next to it, you can enable or disable the smoothing. This smoothing is related to the smooth value. So here it defines the smooth moving average value. So as I select from here the smooth value, it will filter out the graph according to this value. Like here it filters out the graph. Next to it, there is a value according to the x interval and y interval. You can change the value from here. So in x-axis, you can select the interval from here. So from the interval, you can select like you want to represent it in which interval setting. So as here I selected 0.1 second, as it is selected to the 1 second. Now I am selecting here 0.1 second. So here it will represents the interval in according to the 0.1 second. Next to it is the pixel per tick. So you also represent the pixel per interval. So for that, like here I'm selecting 10. So it will expand this pixel. So as I select the one from here, it will compress these filters or this graph. Next to it, I want to select the 5 from here, pixel per tick. Next, if you want to view this time in the day format, like as I select this, so it represents the time in hour, minutes, and second format. Next to it, the value of y-axis. If you want to set the value for y-axis, so here you can set the unit according to the unit, like packet per tick, byte per tick, or bits per tick. So you can select the value from here. I want it be selected as a packet per tick. Next to it, you can also select the scale value, log scale value from here. So these are the values of the log scale. So you can also select the auto mode, which will select the values automatically from the trace file. So next to it, as here the smooth value, we have selected the smooth value, that is smooth moving average 4. So it will filter out this packet according to this value. Next to it, if you want to create the another graph, so you have to select the filter from here. So you can also select the values from here, like I only want to capture the UDP packets. So click over to the OK, and you can select the type of the graph or style of the graph from here. So you can select the dot from here, and so in this way you can represent these the different packets in different style in this input output graph dialog box. So this is used to select the have the values of these packets in graphical form. So from here you can get the help if you want the help, any help. Next you can copy these values and you can create the CSV file, and whenever you open this file it will represent the value in the Excel sheet. Next to it you can save these values, or like if I save these as, and here you have to mention the name of this file graph2 and next to the save option. So after selecting these values you can analyze these packets in graphical form. So this is how we can create the input output graph in Wireshark. Thank you.